This right here is the most profitable KASPA miner on the market today as of mid-August 2024. The Bitmain Antminer KS5 Pro 21 terahash KASPA miner. Let's go ahead, get this thing unboxed and set up in a very untraditional way for ASIC miners. And then let's talk about why I'm not only excited, but also concerned about purchasing this miner just a few months ago for $12,500. Let's dive in. Well, here we have it. The brand new Bitmain Antminer KS5. Where's the Pro sticker? Come on, Bitmain. So at least mine's not crooked like some other people. Sorry to hear. But KS5, where's the Pro? Come on now. They cheaped out. They should have put Pro under that or to the side of it. Anyways, KS5 Pro. 21 terahash unit right there. Super excited to be getting this in. Take a look. So it looks like with these units have the 120 millimeter fans versus their newer style that we see on the S21s that have the 140 millimeter fans. The 140 millimeter fans on some of like the S21 Pros and S21 XPs, they're bigger, but they're thinner, which is actually pretty cool. They're also a lot quieter, so that means this is going to be pretty dang loud, but we have a solution for that. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. 3 power supply fans, and we have a cable and a plug that we're going to use here for C13C. Wow, man, we're back in age. P13 to P14. All of these new miners coming out from Bitmain use this new style. Now it is a locking plug, which is nice. So once you plug it in, it clicks, and that's really convenient. So you're not concerned about it falling out or anything like that. However, we're going to talk about a problem here. It's always a problem. We have an SD card slot, IP report, Ethernet, no wireless, folks. Sorry. Reset button and your fault in normal light. Swapping around to the back side, pretty typical as we normally see with most of our Bitmain miners. 2 fans on the back, and we're running the APW 171215A version 1 if you're interested. And well, we don't have the best of luck. So it's not damaged, so that's great. So take a look here. You see how the new C13 has green, black, white, and red in there. It's like a little 4 block, we'll call it, or 4 connectors. Look what Bitmain sent me. What the hell is this thing? So this is called, I had to look this up. This is a P34 cable. I don't even know what this is used for, but look, it has 6 connectors on it, not 4. So you can't even plug this in. Look, it's too big for the slot, which really sucks. So leave a comment down below if you guys know, what is this currently used for? Is this for like the T21s maybe? But I do know that this is kind of what Bitmain uses for some of their proprietary PDUs. But yeah, leave me some comments down below, let me know. I do have a P13 to C20 cable being overnighted from the team over at Altair Tech. So thank you very much. Got that ordered and waiting for that to arrive. So that'll be here tomorrow. So we can't power this up today, but that's okay because that was not on the agenda for today's video. So what are we going to do next? I mentioned about setting this up a little differently. Let me show you. Today's video is sponsored by the team over at asicmarketplace.com. With crypto mining hardware prices dropping, it's critical to find an online store you can trust with your ASIC purchases. The team at asicmarketplace.com has you covered with some of the most competitive pricing on the market. No matter what brand you're looking for, ASIC Marketplace has it. To name just a few: Bitmain, Goldshell, WhatsMiner, IB-Link, iPolo, JazzMiner, and many more. There are no surprises with ASIC Marketplace. The price listed on their website includes shipping. Imagine that. Finally, ASIC Marketplace takes the buying experience to the next level by accepting cryptocurrency as payment directly on their store. Go check out ASIC Marketplace today via the link in this video's description down below, as well as save $110 at checkout with discount code THEHOBBYISTMiner. So many of you guys know that I have an ASIC shed with about 20 ASIC miners in it at a home crypto mining setup. However, we're not running traditional ASICs with your high RPM fans for cooling. What we've done is we've actually removed the fans on the front and back, and we've replaced it with an AC Infinity 8-inch 800 CFM inline fan with a fruition design shroud kit. And that allows me to run a whole bunch of these ASICs in a home scenario, not super concerned about the noise because these are significantly quieter, no high pitched squeal like these high RPM fans. And then on top of that, check this out. This is called a pivotal pleb board that will plug into the fan ports in here and allow the ASIC to actually control this AC Infinity inline fan over a USB Type-C connection there, which is pretty sweet. So let's get to work. All right, so here we have it in somewhat of a capacity. I'll go over some details in a minute. So we have our AC Infinity 800 CFM fan here from AC Infinity. I'll put a link down below if you're interested. Now, it does have a power cable to power the fan itself, and then it's got this long USB-C cable that traditionally you would use as controller to speed it up or to slow it down. That's going to get removed. Now we have the shroud kit system here. What I like to do, I got to go over to my shed. You guys will be joining me here, so hang tight. We're going to head over to the shed in just a minute to get this installed. I will undo this hose clamp, and I like to put foil tape, HVAC foil tape all the way around this to get a good seal, and then we'll put the hose clamp on top. So as you guys can see, our high CFM fans, or should I say high RPM screeching fans, are sitting over here. We'll put those screws in the bags and the fan covers in a Ziploc bag and label it for my KS5 Pro. Now, this guy right here will run through the end right here, just like the traditional cables did, and then we'll plug in over here. Now, the pivotal pleb board is a little bit different. This will end up clicking into some adapters. Now, you do get some adapter cables here. You can see it's actually the 4-pin male to the female ends here for our fan connectors, but this only works with dummy plugs. You see how it comes with dummy plugs? That's not what we're gonna do. So we're not going to use those, but I do hold on to those. I have some adapters at the shed, and I'll show you in a minute, that do 4-pin to the traditional pin that we need to go into our pivotal pleb board. So I did buy those from Altair Tech. I will make sure that I include a link for the pivotal pleb board and those adapters down below. So that's why we're going to leave the top off as of right now. Once that's all put together, then we can put our covers directly back on top of this unit. So we are going to head over to the shed now and get this baby installed. I cannot wait. 21 terahash on KASPA. Ugh, it's absolutely insane. Now let's jump over to the computer before we jump to the shed, because I have a few concerns and I bet you do too. All right, so here's the article I came across that actually came out January 12th of 2024. And I actually was able to find, we have right here the P13 plug, P13 to P14, which is in this first image. And then this is that wonky one that I received, which is pretty crazy, which is the P34. Which says P34 to P33, which is actually used for the T21. Man, who put the wrong cable in the box? And it looks like that a lot of those go with these right here, which is that dedicated PDU from Bitmain. So we have one of these cables. I don't think I'll ever get a T21 because I think you need, is it 3-phase that you need for the T21? But I got an extra cable if anyone needs it. So over at Altair Tech, this is the cable that we ended up needing, which is actually P13 to the C20 to go into our PDU. Now, here is the pivotal pleb board that we were just talking about there. And you can see here, it's a little better picture of the four 4-pin fan connectors. And this is actually the adapter. So you have on this side right here, the kind of 4-pin, the blocky 4-pin that goes into the actual control board. And then these guys are nice and loose and free. So it allows you to kind of do something like this here, which plugging directly into your pivotal pleb board. And then the other side goes into the control board. So it works out really, really well. So I did order the kits. I do have them actually. I have a whole bunch of them over at the shed. So we're going to take a closer look at that here once we head over to the shed. Now, ASIC Marketplace, let's talk about the KS5 Pro. This is where I bought mine from. It wasn't given to me. I bought mine straight out here from Bitmain. So if we come over here and take a look at the KS5 Pro, there's the K5. Where's the KS5 Pro? Here we go. There's a KS5 and a KS5 Pro. So holy cow, is that right? Oh my gosh. So I paid $12,500 for this. Now this is October. So okay, I feel a little better. So we paid for this a few months ago. Now, a few months ago, these units were going for $32,000 and they were bringing in over $100 a day. Well, there's been a lot of network hash rate that has come online since then. In addition to that, the first batch of these miners really rolled out previously. And then what happened was a lot of the resellers got news from Bitmain that they would be dropping the prices of these for delivery this month. So they dropped them from like 32,000 down to like 13 or 12.5. So I ended up pulling the trigger. We bought one 12.5, but it wasn't supposed to. And that was like, when was that? July, June, sometime during that time period, but with a August delivery. Yeah, I think it was like June. So right then and there, let's kind of talk about some red flags. If a manufacturer like Bitmain is selling a unit for 32,000, they're going to drop the price by half, if not more. For what reason? One, they have too much supply of this, of this in their inventory is one reason, and they need to move it because they're looking at the trend for the KASPA hash rate going up and profitability going down. But second, because they're most likely working on a future release of a better miner. Now, just jumping to this week, that towards the end of August, Ice River goes ahead and drops their prices by 50% of their KS5L and KS5M with an October delivery as well. So what does that tell me? That tells me, and especially look here, dropping the price down to $6,899. That tells me there are some bigger boy KASPA miners coming down the road. Now that's concerning because already if we take a kind of look back here at the last month, we have really gone up. We started out way down here at like 500 petahash and we have broken that 886. Now, if we look at the year, look at this. This is absolutely insane. Going back a year ago, we were way down here and now we're all the way up here. We saw a little tiny dip. So what does that mean? That means the network hash rate is going through the roof and the price of KASPA is still not in the best place possible. And it's not really in a great place to support the amount of hash rate that is coming online. So as a KASPA miner, I'm super bullish on KASPA. This is one of 13 KASPA miners that I've bought over the last few months. However, I'm also concerned of the amount of hash rate coming online. Are these miners that are less than a year old going to become less and less of value from a profitability perspective? Now, I'm recording this on August 27th, so keep this in mind if you're looking at this video in a future date, because you should come in and relook at these calculations. I can't adjust them as a YouTuber. So my electric rate at the shed is 8 cents. I'm going to come in here. We can pick the coin and we can come down to KASPA. And this is just asicminervalue.com. So as of today, August 27th, at 8 cent kilowatt hour electric, this unit is making $21.13. So two different things can happen. Better and bigger badass miners can come out at a higher hash rate, maybe 30, maybe 40 terahash, and the profitability of this is going to sink because the network hash rate is going to increase. Or things stay the same and KASPA's price goes up, which will then cause the price of the profitability of this unit to go up as well. So is buying a KASPA miner a gamble? 100%. Nothing in crypto actually is absolute. So keep that in mind. All right, let's head over to the shed and get this unit up and running. All right, guys, we're actually over at the shed a day or two later. This is actually part of our build day. You'll see this coming up in a week, maybe two, I'm not sure. However, so sneak peek. However, let's focus on the KS5 here. Hanging out with Joey. What's up, Joey? All right, so here's our KS5 Pro. We did go ahead and get the proper cable in. So we do have the proper of C20 going into the P13, which is gonna line up directly down here. Now we were talking about the tape that we're gonna be using. This is our foil tape that we're gonna wrap around here just to give us a good seal. And we also wanna come over and install our pivotal pleb board that we're gonna add to our KS5 Pro, as well as our adapter cables that we're gonna use. So let's get to work real quick. All right, so let's explain exactly what we just did. So we just installed that purple pivotal pleb board. That's going to allow my KS5 Pro to control the inline fan, which has been, normal fans have been replaced with the inline fan. So now the KS5 Pro will control this. So it'll spin it up, spin it down based off of the temperature and the need there. I did go ahead and put the foil tape around here as well, just to give us a really good seal. And then we're actually going to come over here and we have a spot available right here in the corner. We actually have a 30 amp 240 volt ready to go for it into our PDU. So let's get it installed. All right, so Joey Gambit is here today helping me out. He's actually installing the KS5 Pro back here in the corner. So what we end up doing is we end up hooking it to the rubber coupler on the back there, and then it's gone up to our PDU 10 up there. So we just went ahead and plugged that in. We have Ethernet to it, as well as we now have the proper cable that is running up into our PDU, which is awesome. We just went ahead and powered it on. So let me get that configured over to 2 miners, and I'll show you guys how it's doing. All right, our KS5 Pro is up and hashing. Just got hashing for a few minutes here. We were at 21.3, 21.8 on our small time window of average. Let's take a look at our watts here. What are we at? It's the only thing on this 30 amp right now. We are at 3,090, which is really awesome. Now, granted, our fan here, keeping it cool, this uses about 157. So you're just over about 3,200 watts total if you were to combine the two. All right, guys, that is gonna wrap things up for today. Thrilled to be pushing just over 21 to 22 terahash on the brand new Bitmain Antminer KS5 Pro. I'll leave links to everything we referenced in today's video directly down below. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Today's video is sponsored by the team over at altairtech.io. I was in the market to purchase one of the newest generation Bitcoin miners, and Altair Tech had exactly what I was looking for. The Bitmain Antminer S19K Pro, 120 terahash Bitcoin ASIC miner. I ordered from Altair Tech via credit card and was amazed at how easy it was to check out. Within 3 days, I had a brand new Bitmain box sitting at my front door waiting for me. Since then, I've ordered a boatload of mining accessories from their store. The Epic UMC control board, as well as 5 of the Altair Tech 30 amp, 240 volt, L6 30P PDUs. Go over and check out altairtech.io today and use promo code TheHobbyistMiner for a discount at checkout.